Hey, what's up guys? This is Fuller from Worship Tutorials, and I am super excited about this new product, our Worship Tutorial Pads Player for MainStage. I hope that this product blesses you. I think this product is going to revolutionize the way you do pads live. I know it's going to do that for us here. We designed this out of necessity, out of need, constantly being asked, what's the best way to play pads? There's little tricks of the trades with pads, and there's also some pitfalls to pads. We hope that with this product we solve all of those things, and this is something that that you really find some use out of it. So let's jump in. Today I'm just going to walk you through the interface so you can kind of see all of the features involved. When you open the patch, and there'll be other videos on how to install, how to do mapping, some playthrough videos as well, but this is just an overview. When you click on, when you open up the Pads Player, you'll see in the concert level, this MainStage folder is the player itself. That's this entire interface. Down here is the set. You can import your own patches to this. We've put two patches that we've designed, real basic patches out of MainStage, just to give you something to be up and running. You can easily import your own sound. So let's jump in. Let's go to Perform, and then this is the familiar window of MainStage. You can see the layout. We've tried to make it as not complicated as possible and as thorough as possible. So let's start right here. This is the heart and soul of the unit. This is the Pads Player. This is where the pads get triggered from. Now, what's cool about this, you'll see there's 12 buttons. Each button is one of the 12 major keys of the key signature. This happens to be the Pads Player for Pads 1 that I'm demoing. So when this button gets triggered, you'll hear pads in the key of F. They will fade in and they will play continuously. They will loop, and you can play your patches over top of it. So for example, if I was going to play the Rhodes in the wrong key, of course, go up here, play the Rhodes. While pads are playing, and then we're going to stop the pads here. So that just kind of shows you what they are going to do underneath. So now you're probably wondering, what in the heck is up with the order of these pads? Why are they not in alphabetical? This order that we've put them in is what's called the circle of fifths. It's a music theory concept, and basically the way key signatures work. If you start on a note and you go up a fifth, and you keep going up a fifth, and you keep going up a fifth, all the way, when you get to the end, you go up a fifth and you're back to the beginning. So what it is, it's the most musical cycle possible to have the keys go together smoothly. So we thought it would be good to just kind of put it in musical order. This button down here stops all pads, just like it says. No matter what pads you're playing, no matter what you're doing, when you trigger that button, it'll stop everything. Now, all of these buttons are assigned. They can be mapped to any button on your keyboard. The way we've mapped them, so when you get the patch and you open it, we've mapped them in what we thought were the most useful way. So if you're looking at an 88 key keyboard, like down here, if this was 88 keys, you go all the way over here to the left. This would be the lowest note on the keyboard. What we did is we mapped these to the 12 lowest notes from C all the way to B, because the chances are you never play those notes. They're really low, they're really muddy. So we use those to trigger pads. So as a keyboard player, if you're in the key of G and you want to play pads in the key of G, all you have to do is literally play the lowest G on your keyboard, and bam, there are your pads in the key of G. And it's super convenient. If you want to switch to, say you want to switch to the key of E flat right away, all you got to do is hit the E flat. Now you can see we're in the key of E flat. The old pads transition out, and you're in the new key. What's great about this is it automatically crossfades, and so you can go seamlessly from one key to the next, regardless of what you're doing, and total control by your keyboard player. So this is the heart and soul. There'll be some more videos on this in the future, but that's the overview. Now let's jump over to the left. This fader right here controls the overall volume of just the pads. So if I'm playing pads in the key of A flat, this fader, which is completely assignable, can be ridden live. So if you're the keyboard player and you want more pads, you just turn pads up all the way or all the way down. This can be assigned to any fader on your controller, rotary or vertical fader, and there'll be more videos on how to do that later. Now let's talk about this button right here. This is one of my favorite features of the MainStage Pads Player. The problem with pads is that they're rich. It's also what makes them awesome. They're thick, they're rich, they're inspiring. But what happens is some songs aren't diatonic, meaning not all the chords are in the same key signature. If you're in the key of C and you're playing F, G, C, A minor, great. But what happens when you modulate up to D major, or you go to E sharp, E over G sharp, then back to C? What happens is the pads, the low end of the pads becomes too thick. So we've created this transparency rotary dial, which can be assigned to any key on your keyboard, and what that does is it really thins out the pads. So if there's a part of the song where it's going to get a little bit diatonic, or musically there's going to be some rubs with the chord, you can roll that off. Let me show you what that sounds like. Let's go to the key of C. This is the full pads. Turn that up a little bit. And now listen as we create some transparency here. Just pay attention to the low end. So now you've got almost just the top end of the pads. Almost like a shimmer. And you can see it, and then you can dial it back in. So that comes in really handy when you feel like the pads are just too much. It's a great way to thin them out. You'll see here, this is basically a high-pass filter, and so as you're rolling this off, it's showing you what frequency it's rolling it off at. So that's killer feature. So just this right here alone is really what makes this very, very special. Now, let's look briefly over here. We've created 2 instrument layers and a loop layer. Now, again, all of these are totally assignable, but when you open the patch, for instance, this Rhodes nylon patch, when I play it for you, has a Rhodes in it and a nylon guitar underneath. Now, you can assign these to fader, so you can make it all Rhodes, or you can make it Rhodes and nylon, or you can make it all nylon. See? And then you can blend that sound appropriately. So what's cool about this, and then when you go to this next patch, piano pad, this first one could be piano, this first one could be pad, etc. You can assign them to whatever you want. If you had a piano strings patch, you could assign this to piano, you could assign this to strings. This fader right here is actually controlling the loop player. Now the loop player is, we just added this loop player just for some flexibility. Say you want a drum loop. You can import the drum loop and you can play it from here. Or you wanted to input some, maybe you had a chime or a cymbal swell and you just wanted to occasionally trigger a cymbal swell. You can program this button to play whatever the loop is, and then you can turn that up or down. Just a really cool feature to upgrade it in the future. We can show you some more stuff on another video. Now here's 2 important features over here is the effects layers. This is a master reverb and a master delay. These are totally assignable to whatever key, whatever faders you have on your keyboard. And what this is a master reverb patch. So when you listen to this Rhodes dry, you will hear a very dry Rhodes. When you turn the reverb up, you will hear a very wet Rhodes. So if you're doing a big ballad, you might want to roll that reverb up. Now, same with the delay. Dry Rhodes, delayed Rhodes. So you can do some really cool things. As you insert your own patches, you can easily route those to the master reverb and delay as well. So this just gives you a lot of flexibility musically to create some more sonic landscapes with the sounds themselves. If you ever loaded a piano patch and it just sounds terrible, run it through some reverb and delay and it'll suddenly sound a lot better. Now let's jump over here. I've got a master volume, which does exactly that, totally assignable. That controls the master. Everything coming out of here, patches, pads, loops, this is the master volume, and then these are the master EQ. You can roll off lows or highs. Maybe you get to a venue and just all your patches sound a little too beefy. You can just roll that off. It rolls everything off, everything that comes through MainStage. Totally assignable. Here is a tap tempo, which is helpful if you're doing a song and say you've got a lot of delay on your piano, and you go to song number 2 and it's faster, you can just tap that tempo and then that delay will work at that time. More videos on that to come. Down here is the all-important panic button. We call it the emergency button. This kills everything. So if your computer starts freaking out or pads get hung up, you just press that button and everything's okay. It's like a reset button. Here's a CPU load meter. It just shows you what your computer's doing. You start doing a bunch of stuff, that'll go up. It just helps you keep an eye on that. Got a previous and next button. So if you have 10 patches, this will scroll through your patches like normal, and also assignable. So that is pretty much it for the walkthrough. Hope you enjoyed this. We hope this product blesses you. I know that we are going to be using this a lot, and we're very excited about it. And we hope to make more of these videos in the future. Leave us your comments, shoot us an email, and have a blessed day.